right, welcome once again. It's been a busy day here at DRSN. We just finished up with the variety pack racing. We're going to jump in here tonight for MMS at Talladega. So it looks like we got about maybe 20 cars here on the track. They're just getting qualifying going, about a minute into it right now. We're looking here at James Waring, first car out on the racetrack. My name is Chris Murphy here with DRSN Digital Racing Sports Network. Really happy to be here with you. Really happy MMS reached out to us tonight. Been really enjoying doing these races with this group of guys. We're seeing some really fantastic racing. If you were here for us earlier, we had the variety pack racing at Daytona, and that was one of the craziest finishes you're ever going to see in real life or virtual racing. So if you get a chance, go back and check that out because it was absolutely nuts. I think they're still kind of talking about even who won that race, but Axel Smith crossed the line first. So we'll see what happens here. But get a chance, go back and watch it. That was a fantastic race at Daytona earlier. But we're looking for some racing here at Talladega. James Waring going to come across the stripe first. We'll see what kind of time he puts up. I think they're doing, I did not see if they're doing 1 lap or 2 lap qualifying. A lot of times with this group, they're doing 1 lap qualifying. Let me see if they put it on the notes they sent me earlier. It doesn't say, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. Sometimes we just got to guess what things going on here. So James Waring going to come across the line down through the tribal section for his first lap. He's going to be the first car across the stripe. He is going to set the pace for everybody else. And Waring, well, actually Sample, I didn't see Randy Sample out of the racetrack. Sample with a 54.37. And Barker across the line, going to exact same time according to my scoring. Let's see if that, let's see what that looks like. Oh, it looks like it might have been 9 and a 2.72. You know what, why don't we just pull up the freaking leaderboard here for you. Refreshed it looks like, so we're going to refresh it here real quick for you. So it's Sample with a 3.69, Barstow comes across with a 3.71. Waring with a 3.97, so really close to the top of the charts right now. It looks like you see Barstow maybe making another lap, but I see Sample and Waring already pulled in, so it looks like it is going to be just a 1 lap here tonight. All right, so 1 lap qualifying. Sample, Barksdale right now, Waring and Freeman. We've got about 6.5 minutes left to go. Thanks for being here with us. If you haven't been here with us, hit that like and subscribe. See, we see somebody in the chat already. B Square, please, for the love of racing, don't pull an ending like my last race. Yeah, definitely not an easy one for sure, buddy, but hopefully this one will be a little bit better off for you. So it looks like about 20 cars here tonight. We'll see how this is going to play out. We've only had 4 cars take to the track right now. We got John Ellis out there right now going to put his lap in. Good looking number 21. It says 12 on the scorecard, but it's 21 on the race car. Usually takes me a few, about 10 laps or so to figure out the difference between the scoring tower and the race car. So we'll see how it plays out. So it looks like Ellis going to come across and take the top spot away. A 54.355. We got Richard Elliott out there on the racetrack now. 18 track here. All right, getting some stuff situated here for the interviews for later on. So good looking car right there. I like that track here, number 18 of Elliott. Take a look here at Nick Simple out here in the 75. So Xfinity Cars out here at Talladega. All right, good little communication here with race control. So 1 lap qualifying. Kind of expected that. They tend to do that a lot with this group of drivers. So we'll see what happens here. So we'll see Elliott still out there on the racetrack. Drivers not either choosing not to qualify or just going to go out here late. But so far, out of about the 20 drivers we have in the field, only about 6 in about 8 times. I agree with you 100%. They're double apex custom numbers. Yeah, it's be nice if they at least match them up. It'd be nice if we had some way in the software I could override to change the numbers on the scoring tower too. I've asked for that a couple of times here with some of these companies doing the overlay software. That would be helpful as well. But we usually get it figured out. But we got 52 laps here tonight. Hopefully I can figure it out before we get to about lap 20 or 25 would be nice. All right, we're watching Richard Elliott here in the 18 track gear number 18 Ford here. Let's see if I had to look over to see if it was Chevy or Ford. Is that pretty bad? I can't tell just by looking at it. But Elliott going to put a lap in, making his way around through 1 and 2 down to the bottom of the racetrack. Key here at Dega is keeping that car down as low as you can all the way around the racetrack. He's going to move up a little bit through the center coming down the back straightaway. Let's see what that does for his lap time. He'll go back to the bottom through 3 and 4. As we got qualifying going 3 minutes left to go, it looks like we're only going to have a handful of drivers out of the entire field, but they're actually going to put a lap in. So looks like Jackson Bies is going to make his way out on the racetrack. He's got 3 minutes. He's going to have enough time to get a lap in. But I think you'd have to be pretty much heading out there by now if you are going to get a lap in. So let's see what Elliott can do. He's going to come across the line. To the top of the chart goes Richard Elliott by 2 1/1000ths of a second over John Ellis at a 54.353. Elliott to the top of the chart. Going to start on the pole here, right as of right now, the proverbial pole. We've got Jackson Bies now going to make a lap. Don't see anybody else coming out of the pit, so Jackson Bies may be the last driver on the racetrack. Number 19 Subway Toyota. He's going to be number 22 on the timing chart, 19 on the car. Jackson Bies. It's going to head down through the trial, and actually we got a couple late drivers jumping out of the racetrack right now. Sean Corbett and Cody Neagles. They're going to jump out and try to get a lap in as well. We see Corbett out here in the number 45, Neagles in the 6. We saw Neagles take a win the other day. Let's see if he can come home again tonight here at Talladega with a win. So we've got Bies, Neagles, and Corbett. Bies heading down the back straightaway, going to get his time in here shortly. I think Corbett and Neagles are both on their out lap. We'll get about half the field put in a qualifying lap. The other half of the field, they're just going to line up wherever the heck the Iracing decides to put them at. So, comes off a turn before it comes off that bank and transitions down to the front straightaway through the trial over here at Talladega. Is going to get himself down on that apron. We see this all the time at the super speedways on the apron. They come across the line. Where is Bias going to move up on the chart? Third fast time for Jackson Bies at a 3:54.358. He's going to destroy the car going into one. Good thing you don't have to repair it in here. Corbett's going to be the next car across the line. Actually, it's going to be Neagles. Neagles right there in front of him. So Cody Neagles, let's see what kind of lap time he can put in. Cody Neagles is usually pretty strong in qualifying. Let's see if he can continue that here at Talladega tonight with the MMS. McCullough Motorsports. Money Racing really appreciate having us here with him, having us here tonight to cover this race. Dagger Pros as well. So here comes Neagles now down through the trial. Well, he's not even going to get down on the apron like we've seen some other drivers do. He's going to come across the line. Neagles to the top, 0.003 of a second over Richard Elliott. Cody Neagles with a 54.350. Corbett, next one to come across the line, is going to come home in 5th. And I think that is going to put an end to qualifying. So about 22 cars here in the field. Only 10 are going to make a qualifying lap. And it's going to be Cody Neagles starting on the pole in that number 6 Chevrolet. So we've got just about, looks like we got about 5 seconds here left to go. We'll have a little warm up. Thanks for being here with us. If you haven't been here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Trying to build this channel up as best we can. We've been doing quite a few of these super speedway races here lately. Having a lot of fun with it. Just a good group of guys. We got about 5 minutes here in warm-up to get gridded up. And let's see if we can pull up our... we'll have our starting grid as they get going on their pace lap. But Ron Morris Racing is sponsor of tonight's event. Dagger Pros as well. PGR Esports, and MMS, McCullough Motorsports. Bringing you this event here tonight at Talladega. My name's Chris Murphy with DRSN. If got a few people out there in the YouTube world out in the chat, give us your prediction who you think's going to win here tonight. We got a bunch of good drivers here for this show. It could be just about anybody's race, and just like we saw earlier in that race at Daytona, it is definitely anybody's race. We saw, I should have grabbed a replay of it real fast, but we saw the 7th place driver come across the line with they're still trying to decide on, but at that time he was the victor of the race, coming off of turn number 4. But as they piled up with a lap car, the whole field piled up with a lap car, and it was kind of crazy. It's go back and look at that if you get a chance. It was a fun race to cover. It was a fantastic race up until that point, but you just never know what's going to happen on these super speedways. All right, so it looks like they're going to cut this warm-up down to 5 minutes. Thanks, guys. I'm not the best at filling time, so appreciate you cutting the time down for us. So if you're looking to get in some of these money races, they pay a little money here. We got about 22 cars. I think they were going to pay 125 if they had 30, so the payout will be a little bit less. If you're looking to get into some of this, look up on the Discord. Look up MMS Racing, Dega Pros, MRL. There's a bunch of different Discords these guys all kind of run together with. And they run some races pretty much daily. We've been covering a few of them here and there. Haven't been able to get into all of them. Probably won't. We got some other commitments that we're doing as well. So, but every time we get a chance to jump in here with this group, it's always a lot of fun. They put on a heck of a show. Some of the best plate races you're going to see in the game, in the iRacing world here tonight, and they just put on a great show for sure. So we look forward to this. We've got a couple minutes left here to go in warm-ups. I'm going to grab myself a quick drink. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. About 30 minutes left, or 30 seconds. I said 30 minutes. 30 seconds left to go here in warm-ups. We're going to get started up here. Don Corbett out here making a few laps. I know I jumped into one of these races the other day. I spent an hour just trying to get in and out of the pits. So if you're not familiar with getting in and out of the pits in these super speedways, it can be pretty challenging. So I said maybe that's what Sean Corbett's doing out there, just making a few laps here and there. I see Carson Freeman at 14 also. He just decided to go out and tear the car up a little bit. So 4 seconds left to go here. We're going to be just about getting going. Warm-up is just about over. We will get the cars gridded up here and get going at Talladega for the McCullough MMS donators. They just do these little pickup races every night for a few bucks here and there. So McCullough Motorsports putting this stuff together. So we see the 6 car of Cody Neagles. Be on the pole here. Richard Elliott to his outside. Once we get rolling here, we'll give you the entire racing grid. PGR Esports, sponsor of the event tonight. Thanks for being here. So this is the last race of the weekend for us here. 52 laps at Talladega. 22 car field. I see 21 on the grid so far. Who else makes it out? Take a shot looking at Talladega down the starting line, down the starting grid here. Eagles, Elliott, Ellis, top 3. Alright, just about getting everybody on the grid up, and we are going to get rolling. We will get started with our starting grid. It's Cody Neagles on the pole, Richard Elliott to his outside. Back in row number 2, it is going to be John Ellis in the 21, Jackson Byes in the number 19 Subway. John Corbett going to start in P5, Randy Sample outside the 3rd row in 6th position. Michael Barstow in the 7th spot. Outside of him is going to be James Waring. Carson Freeman going to start in 9th. In 10th, it's going to be Nick Sipple. Logan York going to start inside of row number 6. Outside him, Kyler Wynn. Ethan Eckert in the 13th starting position. John Ward, watch for that bad fast number 92 to make it to the front. Dylan Jones in the 19. Dylan's been hot here lately. Josh McCullough in the 05. Kenneth McCullough there in the 03 car. Joey Allen in the number 27, starting 18th. In the 19th spot, it's going to be William Scott Jr., Corey Cheney in the number 11. Outside of him, starting 20th. In the 21st starting position, Mark Bondell. And 22nd, Justin Johnston. And that is going to round out our 22 car field. See only 20 cars on the racetrack. Ethan Eckert and Justin Johnston not making it out onto the racetrack. Eckert may be starting from pit road. We'll see where he ends up. We're going to come around through 3 and 4 here. Going to come to the checkered. Lights are out on the pace car. The Eagles, Elliott going to bring us to the line. Watch that inside line. We'll see that outside line. Haven't watched all these Xfinity races, but most what we've been seeing here at Dega with the trucks and the Cup cars, that outside line to get wound up pretty quick, and it takes a little bit for that inside line to catch up to him. So we'll see how this plays out here with the Xfinity cars as we're going to go green. Come off of turn number 4. We've got 20 cars on the racetrack. Eckert may be starting from the pits. We'll see if he pulls out. Pace car is going to pull down in. Neagle's going to bring us to the stripe. Elliott to his outside. And here they come down through the trial for the first time tonight out Talladega. First lap of 52. Neagles, Elliott, Ellis, Byes. Top 4. And we are green at Dega. Elliott with a little bit of good run on the outside. We are side by side. Nobody really got much of an advantage there at the stripe. Here comes Neagles down on the bottom of the racetrack. He is getting a big push from the 21 of John Ellis. The 18 and the 19 up on the top. That is Richard Elliott and Jackson Byes. First lap, we are still 2 by 2 all the way throughout the pack. It looks like Eckert and Johnston may have, or at least Eckert made it on the racetrack. He is back there losing the draft. We'll see if he can catch up. In the meantime, we are 2 by 2 all the way back throughout the field. Almost 3 wide back here in the middle. Looks like that might be I'm not sure who that is up there on the outside. Like William Scott dropping back, but Elliott now out in front. Elliott makes his way around Neagles. Able to drop down in front of him. Neagles going to settle back into about the 3rd or 4th spot here. We are 3 wide now up for the lead. Who's that up on the outside? That's the 24. Jackson excuse me. That's the 24 of Randy Sample. Way up there on the top of the racetrack. He's got a little bit of help. We're 3 wide about the middle of the pack, but up front, Neagles has made his way back to the point, and he has got Richard Elliott, the 18, giving him a big shove right down the outside of the racetrack. Down through 3 and 4 one more time here. We're on lap number 2 of 52. It's Neagles, Elliott with 3 wide once again in the middle of the racetrack. 24 of Sample still stuck up there on the top. Come off the turn. Oh, almost a little contact right there. We're 4 wide. Going to settle back down just a little bit. We don't want to see that this early. Let's have a little patience out there, guys. Lap number 3. We don't really need to see any 4 wides going on, but Elliott now able to make his way to the front. Drops down in front of Eagles. Elliott, one more time. It's Elliott and Eagles. Elliott kind of jumping. Oh, a little bit of contact right there. Elliott's kind of slid up the racetrack and tried to block up that outside run, but went a little late and caught the nose of the 19. And we got a car down to the inside. It looks like that might be. I didn't see who that was. It looks like whoever it was might have saved it. I couldn't see who that was. Somebody jumped down to the bottom of the racetrack and got backed up in time. We're still 3 wide. You're going to see that with this group of drivers running. You're not really scared to run 3 wide like this all the way around Talladega. It is going to be a fun one all night long. We take a look here at John Ward in the 92. And that bad pass number 92 trying to make his way to the front. We saw him earlier working with Josh McCullen in the race. Let's see how that works out. Here comes Sean Corbett in the 45. Look at the 18 of Elliott looking to the outside. He is going to get left hanging. But here comes that 92, going to try to give him a push. Actually, he's going to leave him out there. He's going to go 4 wide. I thought Ward was going to push that 18, but instead he went down to the inside with 4 wide there through the middle of the pack. Ward with a great run there up on the outside of the racetrack. Getting a big shove by the 02 of Logan York. Ward and York now moving their way up to the outside, and here they come. They're going to push their way all the way to the lead around the outside, the 45 of Corbett, 75 of Sipple right there as well. They're 3 wide for the lead. It is Ward, Sipple, and Corbett now. Watch that 75. I bet he's going to drop down to the bottom here as he can just get clear of the 45. Waring with a big push on the 75. They wiggle. They get a little bit loose, wiggle a little bit. Ward had to check up a little to avoid any contact right there, and he is now shuffling back just a little bit. Take a look here at the number 12, the 21 actually of Ellis. Way back there up on the outside of the racetrack right now. It is Corbett and Sipple side by side for the lead. Eagles and Waring right there behind him, giving him a push, and look at that 3 wide one more time. That is the 4. The 4 of Carson Freeman with a run. Once again, he's got Ward back there behind him. If you get that 92 behind you, he's going to give you a good push. Let's see if he can push Freeman to the front. We're 3 wide coming off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Eagles makes his way back to the front, but we are still 3 wide. We're second, about 3 or 4 rows back now. Nobody wants to give an inch. Cody Eagles in the number 6. Wants to be out front, wants to lead this race, and that's where he's at right now. Sipple now to the point. Sipple might have led that lap just by a nose. He has got the 13 of Waring. Waring moves up the racetrack a little bit, makes some contact with the 4 of Freeman. Freeman moves up. No harm, no foul. We're still clean and green. 7 laps into this 52-lap show. And it is a drag race down the back straightaway. 18 cars, 19 cars still in this lead draft. The only car out of the draft is Ethan Eckert. He started in the pit road, and he is just hoping for a caution. He goes through 1 and 2 right now with this big pack of cars heads through 3 and 4. Off of turn number 4, it is going to be Sipple with the lead, but he has got the 24. Way up there on the outside, and Sipple gets moved up the racetrack. Eagles is going to come by down on the bottom. He's got Freeman with a big push. Waring is doing everything he can to stick there with Sipple. They seem to be partnered up here, but Eagles, Corbett, and the 12 of Ellis now down there on the bottom of the racetrack. We've got a great run. And watch that 19 of Dylan Jones. Jones we've seen him up front all week long at all these super speedway races, and he has made his way up 10 spots now, up to 5th. wide back here to the middle of the pack. Look at that 05 car on the outside. That's Josh McCullough. McCullough on the, now on the outside of wearing. Look at the 92. We're also looking at the 92 here. John Ward one more time. We jump back up to the front. It is still Niegels with the lead. Making some adjustments here. When we're doing this solo by ourselves, we're producing, changing settings, camera angle, everything. So here we go. Look at Dylan Jones in the 19. He's got no paint down there, so it kind of messes up our custom car liveries down there on the bottom. But we look at Kyler Wynn out there in the 82, 23 on the score chart. It's 82 on the racetrack. He has got John Ward. John Ward's been trying to get to the front so far this entire first 8 or 9 laps. He's just pushing everybody he can find up there, and he's got a run here with Wynn, Ward, and the 05 of McCullough right there behind him. They are getting a good run there on the outside. Let's see if Kyler Wynn stays with Ward or if he drops down to the bottom as soon as he clears Sipple. He's going to drop down to the bottom. He said, thanks for the push, John. I'm going to go down here and take the lead here for a few laps. Wynn now to the front, our Canadian driver. Thunder Bay, Ontario driver Kyler Wynn with the lead. Nick Sipple right there behind him. He has got Cody Niegels pushing John Ward up on the outside. We head through 3 and 4 one more time. Every car on the racetrack is in this lead draft with the exception of Ethan Eckert. Oh, big dive down there from the 18 of Richard Elliott. He tried to get back down, find a hole, and he was able to get down in the draft right there. I don't know what Little River Academy is. If anybody else knows, let me know. But thanks for being here. Chris Murphy here with DRSN. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. We're becoming the super speedway experts here the last week or so, but we can cover just about anything. We do GT3 races, endurance races, dirt races, sprint cars, late models, modifieds. We can, if you've got a league, you got something you want covered, you let us know. We can get it done. Kyler Wynn back up here on the outside. He's got that 92. Right now they're the 82 and the 92 look to be partnered up. They're trying to go to the front, but here comes Sipple back on the bottom. So far, nothing crazy. We look back here in the kind of back of the pack. Ken McCullough here, Savannah, Georgia driver, currently back in 16th. Big move in the race right now. Big move in the race. John Ward's up 12 spots. Also, Corey Chaney, that number 11. You see him there in the middle of the racetrack. He's also up 12 spots. Now watch Kyler Wynn here. He's down on the bottom in front of Sipple, but if he watches that outside line, if he sees that outside line getting a move, he is going to jump up to the front of that 92. So let's watch it. Watch Kyler Wynn, see what he does here. Jump in the car here with Nick Sipple in the 75. He has got Kyler Wynn right there in front of him. Sipple doing a good job of pushing. Oh, the outside they're going to have a little bit of contact. Looks like he got a little too pushy there. Wynn got loose. Wynn with a great save. Fantastic save there from Kyler Wynn not to go around, but it looked like Sipple might have been pushing a little bit at the wrong time. Got the 82 loose. That is going to let John Ward in the 92 make his way to the lead for the first time in the race, and he's got the 05. I got to root for Josh. He's got my favorite number on the car, the 05 of Josh McCullough now up to second. Randy Sample now in third. Sipple falls back to fourth. So we were 2 by 2. That little bit of a, I think maybe everybody took a deep breath right there and had to kind of settle down. Kyler Wynn got loose just about. Almost piled up the field right there, but did a great job of saving it. So we're going to take a look here at the 02 now of Logan York. He's got a run here on the outside. He's got the 19 of Jackson Bizer right behind him. They're trying to do a little side draft and trying to get to the front. All right, so Ward now with the lead. McCullough right there behind him. Sipple up on the outside. I thought things were going to get calm down just a little bit. They're back 2 and 3 wide all the way throughout the field. We take a look here at Dylan Jones in the number 19. Actually, is it 19? It is 19. Dylan's bad fast. I would think with some of the money he's made this week, he could maybe pay for a new paint job, but he seems to like that simple white, just plain colored car. It's, you know, I guess a little bit extra paint might pull the car down a little bit. So, hey, Mark, see you in the chat, buddy. Thanks for the support. Really appreciate it. Surprised you're not out here racing tonight. We are still, what do we have here? We still have 19 cars in this lead draft. Everybody's still grouped up. William Scott, actually 20 cars in the lead draft. Scott's the 20th place back here in the back. Eckert's gotten swallowed up. Actually, all 21 cars on the racetrack are in this group. But Eckert got swallowed up here, ends up going a lap down. Big Simple now to the point. Here comes John Ward back on the bottom with help from McCullough. 2x2 at Talladega, lap 16 of 52. We have been caution free up to this point. I don't know if the announcers jinx or anything, but it's been a fantastic race so far. Take a look here. Crank it up a little bit different camera. Here from Track Cams 22, they do a fantastic job. Take a look at the 11 of Corey Cheney kind of falling back in the field. He's stuck up on the outside all by himself. Not really he's trying to place in line down behind the 12 of John Ellis, or the 21 of Ellis. Simple Ward still side by side. We are 2x2. What's a guy I used to announce with what he liked to say, we are 2x2 like Noah's Ark. Simple, Ward, Win. McCullough and Logan York in the 0-2. Take a look at our lap leader so far. Let's see if we can find our a little bit of wiggle up for Simple. He dropped down to the bottom. Win coming back. Win made his way back to the front after that. Close to crashing out earlier, getting a little bit loose. But Win now, great recovery. Had fallen back to about 10th or 12th. Now makes his way to the front. And he is getting a big push from that 0-2 of Logan York. Win back to the lead. He drops down in front of the 75 of Sipple. Sipple kind of got in the back of him to the trial earlier. Ended up getting Win a little bit loose. Oh, we got the Ford car way stuck up on top of the racetrack. That's Carson Freeman. He is out of line. He is going to fall back here unless he can find a spot to get into. He is going to lose at least 4 or 5 spots, and we're still side by side. Here comes York to the front now, trying to make his way to the lead for the first time in this race. And Dylan Jones falling back to 13th. He was up close to the front just a few laps ago, and it just shows you how easy it is here at Talladega to go up and down throughout this field. Sipple, York, the top 3 right now. They have got Logan York, Jackson Bice, John Ward all right there behind him. And look at that on the outside. Here comes Neagles. Neagles with a run on the outside. He is getting a big shove from that 21 of Ellis. Can they make their way to the front? One more time. They're going to try to drop down in the middle. Not quite clear it. They are going to clear the 19. But Jackson Bice. Here comes Neagles and Ellis one more time. Neagles with a good push. It looks like we're going to see some pit stops here. Our first group of pit stops here on number 19 are going to get blowed up right there. Let's see if we get anybody with a black flag. It looks like everybody's going to get onto pit road safely. So our first round of pit stops here at lap 20, so that means we're going to have to have at least 2 green flag stops in this race. Neagles and Elliott still see out on the racetrack. Probably see this group come in on the next time by. Pit times here to see if anybody's coming out taking fuel. I would assume probably fuel only. point. We have a nice graphics. So by the way, if you use SDK out there, you're watching this race, some of these really nice graphics that you're seeing that you don't normally see with SDK comes from my good friend Shane Cochran. You can find him over on the SDK Discord if you're looking for some stuff. All right, we're getting woed up here. McCullough hard on the brakes, but it looks like I don't see any black flags on my scoring and timing, so it looks like everybody got slowed down. And it is so hard to come off that banking here at Talladega and get slowed up enough. But like I was saying, if any of you guys out there use SDK and you're looking for some stuff, look for Shane Cochran on the SDK Discord if you want to have some really cool plugins and stuff like that. He does a really nice job on this stuff. So in the meantime, we're looking here at Kyler Wynn, Sipple, Ward, and Elliott. So it looks like he kind of got dropped back a little bit. Let's see how this cycles out. Maybe got a lap car in there with this group. Who's that in the middle there? It looks like the 75, so Sipple. Oh, that's a 24 is Sample. Sample is a lap down. He got black. I think he got a black flag earlier. So we got Wynn, Sipple, Ellis, and Ward, and they are making a run here on all the rest of these cars that just pitted. Let's see how this cycles out. Here comes Wynn and Sipple on the outside. They're going to make their way by the 12 of Ellis. Yeah, I don't know who 12 is. I think it's Ellis. Right now, Logan York out in front. Neagle's down to the bottom, and here comes Wynn on the outside. They got a big run. Wynn, Sipple, Sample, and Ward. Ward's going to settle down. He's going to move back up to the top of the racetrack, so we're getting cycled back together here after our pit stops. Our leader, once again, is Kyler Wynn. Let's take a look here at our pit stops and see. Well, it looks like we did have some drivers take 2 tires according to our data here. So most of the drivers are 2 tires. Corbett, the only one with fuel only. All right, so Wynn back to the point. Neagles, Jones, our top 3. Sipple right there on the outside. But Jones with a good pit stop. Got in and out quickly. Made up a lot of ground. 34.10 for his total pit time. Was about 6 to 7 tenths better than just about everybody else. That made up a bunch of difference. He made up a bunch of spots right there on that pit stop. Let's look at our gainers of the race here. We see Wynn up 11 spots. Also Jones and Vondell back there. And all 3 of those are up 11 spots. Oh, it's Sipple now stuck in the middle. He might get a little bit of help here from the 12. I forget who that 12 car is. Alright, so we take a look here at Sipple. Logan York there up on the outside. The 12 is Eckert. That's what I thought. So Eckert in the 12 car, time to score shows him as 17. He's a lap down right now, so he's the first car a lap down. If he gets a caution, he would be the lucky dog, as I believe he's the only one lap down at this point. Actually, Eckert, Sample's actually a lap down as well. So Sample with the lucky dog opportunity right now. Caution were to come out. And here comes the 19 of Beiser on the outside of the racetrack. Right down on the bottom, actually, Wynn has got the 24. That is Sample, the lap car, up on the outside. Just got himself unlapped. And he is getting a push from the 02 of Logan York. But look at those 2 on the bottom. Look at Wynn and Neagles. That is 2 drivers you don't want to tangle with on these super speedways. Neagles, our Rolla, Missouri driver here, pushing that Canadian of Kyler Wynn. They've got Dylan Jones right there behind him. We have got a lot of super speedway specialists here with us tonight. Some of the best you're going to see around. And you're seeing it. They're showing it here tonight. Wynn, York, Neagles now your top 3. That lap car on the outside is Randy Sample in the 24. Take a look back through the field here. Look at Richard Elliott back here in the 13th spot. And that is I think all the cars are on the lead. Up in the lead draft, we see this little pack here in the back with Freeman, Allen, and William Scott. We started with 20. I had 21 cars start, and we still have 21 cars left on the racetrack. Got 19 left on the lead lap at this point. And Neagles were 3 wide 05 back to the middle of the field here. The 05 McCullough way up on the outside of the racetrack. He's got a little help from Ken McCullough right there behind him, so it's the 05 and the 03 and the 18. 18 and Elliott right there behind him as well, so let's see if they can get something going in that third lane. They are way up the racetrack. Going to dip down and get a little side draft here. As we head into 1 and 2, coming off the corner, the 18 just can't quite get sucked up to the back of the 03. To give him a little bit of help, you see Cheney down there in the 11 on the bottom, or right underneath the 18, trying to move up just a little bit. But Elliott just not able to suck up to the back of the 05, the 03, but it doesn't seem to be making a difference as McCullough and McCullough are making that third lane work, and they are making their way to the outside, up along the 24 Sample. Is Sample going to move? No, Sample, I think Sample thought for a second about moving up the racetrack and then thought the better of it and moved down. Got a lap car right there. It must be quite sure who that is. Looks like Barksdale going to go a lap down. We're going to kind of jump up there and give him a little bit of help. 3 wide here for second, third, and fourth. Win, Sample, Neagles, York, and McCullough there on that outside lane. They're getting a run off a turn number 2 down the back of the railroad. And it's Josh McCullough to the lead. Head through 3 and 4 here. Oh, a little bit of bobble right there. They had to check up just a little bit. That's going to let that other bottom 2 rows get a better run. Win back to the lead now. We are 3 wide here at Talladega. Nobody wants to lift. Win to the lead. Neagles with a good push right there behind that bottom line. It's really well organized. Win. Neagles and York and Jones. We've got 3 cars now on the outside. Richard Elliott just joined the back of this 05 and the 03 tandem. Gonna try to make that outside line work. Down into 3 and 4 one more time. We're 25 laps into this 52. We're just a couple laps away from halfway. And once again, we are 3 wide, 3 rows deep. Win. The lap car of Sample in the middle. Josh McCullough on the outside. And then it's Sipple back there. Sipple back into this battle. He's sitting back there at about the 7th spot right now in the middle of the racetrack. This is some fantastic racing at Talladega. You're going to see this all the time. We're almost 4 wide. There's the 03. Look to the outside. You're not going to see this in the official races all night. I tell you that for sure. You're going to only get to see it at races like this here with MMS, Dega Pros. These guys just put on a heck of a show every single day, every single night. You're looking to get them doing some of these races. You'll find them on their Discords. Find them on the Facebook. Sample going to drop down to the bottom now and pick up the 82 of Win. So Sample still a lap down. Got himself back on the lead lap right now if the caution were to come out. First car officially a lap down to 98. Looks like that outside lane starting to kind of drift back just a little bit to see if they can get some momentum built back up. We're going to come across the line. We are halfway through this race now. 24 laps. 23 laps now remaining. 29 down. And Eckert looks to the outside to make it 4 wide. Up on the outside of Elliott out there. All by himself. He's going to have to check up a little bit, settle back in line. Eckert was looking to make a run by himself up on the outside. The Win moves up the racetrack for the first time in a while. Moves up to the middle. He's going to get in front of the 02 of New York. Sample with a good run on the bottom. He's getting a push from Neagles. Neagles going to make his way to the lead here. If he can keep pushing Sample forward, Dylan Jones in the 19 right there with him. Win Neagles York in that outside lane finally had to give up the ghost. You see Josh McCullough get up falling back to about 8 and 10 spots now. The 02 sitting there on the outside. He's sitting in the 3rd spot, trying to push Kyler Wynn forward 22 laps. We saw pit stops back on lap 20. 30 laps left to go. I would expect stops here probably. I excuse me, 22 laps up to a 30 complete. I think we're going to see stops here in about the next 10 to 11 laps. Maybe a little bit sooner. We'll see how it shakes out. But we have been green this entire race. Tyler Wynn, Cody Neagles, putting on a shoulder for you guys. Simple and York right there behind him. Dylan Jones as well. Look at Jackson Buys up to 6. Jackson was in good contention in the race we broadcasted earlier in Daytona. Involved in a late race caution that caught up most of the field, but he is right now up to 6th. As he and Buys can capitalize on a good run on top of the racetrack. The lap car of the number 12 up there, Ethan Eckert, trying to make something happen, trying to get his way back up here. He wants to get in front of Randy Sanford in case the caution comes out. Be the lucky dog, and I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's got some help from Richard Elliott in the 18. We are 3 wide once again here at Talladega. It's really, the one thing here is to be patient, but the other thing is you also got to be aggressive when you have the opportunity, and you jump up on the outside there if you can, and that's exactly what's happening. I can't ride behind him, not trying to do anything crazy, but these guys have got a lot more experience than I do at it, and you can see Eckert and Elliott working really well in that third line on the outside. They are coming forward. This is not really for position for Eckert. Actually, it is position for him over Sample. He wants to get out there. I think we're going to see pit stops soon. And a lot of time when these green flag pit stops start, it'll breed a caution flag. I think that's exactly what Eckert's trying to do, to get himself in position, to get himself back on the lead lap and have a chance to win this race. Out in front. Wynn going to push, come back on the bottom with the help from Sample, but it's Simple. Definitely Simple. I keep trying to say that over and over again. My fellow broadcasters in the chat out there. York now going to come to the front. Back to the front on the bottom of the Sample with a good push. Let's take a look back through the middle. John Ward's kind of been biding his time. James Waring was up to the front as well for a little bit, but he has to sit back here in 13th. I guess Waring working on the car. He's going to run 13th for a little while. Actually, what happened to Wynn? So Wynn down to the bottom. Wynn had to chase the car down the racetrack as we were looking at. We're taking a look through the back of the field one more time, so Wynn looked like he had to check up and chase the car down the racetrack. Must have got a little tap from behind like it happened earlier. See what happened to Wynn. Sample right there. He just, I don't know if he got pulled down the bottom of the racetrack. I don't know if he really got help or what, but he kind of ran the car down to the bottom of the racetrack, and he's now falling back to about 11. So here's Simple now with the lead. He drops down in front of the O2 of York. That leaves Eckert on the outside. So that battle right there with Eckert and Sample, the 12 and the 24, that is the battle for the lucky dog. If something were to happen right now, they are respectively running 19th and 20th. So that is a race for position with the 12 and the 24. As the 12 is going to get a push to the front. He's actually going to be on the lead lap now. John Ellis. So John Ellis now officially with the lead, even though the 12 of Eckert at the point. He's got a bunch of lap cars here fighting it out to see who's going to be the lucky dog. So we got Barstow, Eckert, and Sample all a lap down at this point. Sample's kind of falling on back here. Looks like he's up on the outside, kind of getting out of this mix. It's actually Simple with the lead now. You know, Eckert's right in front of him. Here comes Ellis back on the outside in the 21. York as well, sitting in that third spot. Look back through the field. I'm probably going to miss something if I get back here. So we are on lap 36. Pit stop should be beginning any time in the next 2 to 4 laps would be my guess. I don't keep the race chat on, so I'm not quite sure what's going on, but 75. Head down the back straightaway here one more time into turn number 3. 16 laps left to go. 36 down. 52 lap feature. It is Sipple with the lead right now. I think everybody's kind of getting single filed out. They know pit stops are coming, and maybe they're talking to each other a little bit. Kind of calm it down. We head out into 1 and 2 here one more time. Take a look here at the 05 of Josh McCullough. He's got Corey Cheney right there in the number 11, right there behind him. But it's still the 75 of Sipple with the lead. Lap car of Eckert right there in front of him. He gives him a little bump, gets a little bit loose. Eckert a little bit looser off the corner, but saves it. And that number 20 the number 12 Ford Snap-on sponsored. He has got the Schneider sponsored 75, giving him a good shove. And it looks like the O2 is they sponsored by Excel. Is that what that is on the hood? So the O2 of Logan York, sponsored by spreadsheets, I guess. I'm not quite sure. I'm a fan of spreadsheets. All right, so we're going to get some pit stops going on. We see cars dropping down to the bottom of the racetrack. Almost a little bit of contact down there. But we are going to begin pit stops number 2. One more time. You can see pit stops beginning. Eagles right there in the 6th, going to roll into his spot. All right, so watch for this group. Pit stops are beginning here on lap number 38. Everybody's going to have to come in. Let's see who dives down this next time around. Sipple, York, and Elliott. Buys your top 3 right now. And here we come. The whole rest of the pack's going to come down into the pit road. And everybody McCullough one more time. That's the second time we've seen McCullough locking it up coming into the pits. I don't see any black flags. Everybody got slowed up. As we start our second round of pit stop, let's see how this cycles out. We got Ellis, Neagle, and Jones. The 2 cars left on the racetrack. All right, so we go through our second round of pit stops. My name is Chris Murphy with DRSN, Digital Racing Sports Network. Happy to be here with you. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. Appreciate your participation there in the chat. Let us know what's going on. We got about 12 laps left to go. All these pit stops. Let us know who you think is going to win this race. So we're watching Eagles and Ellis right now. Let's see where they cycle in here. We see Sipple. He's got Eckert right there in front of him one more time. Here you can see those 3 cars at speed up on the outside. They're not going to be able to get clear of this pack. They're going to cycle into the draft here, though. Well, it looks like Sipple's going to maintain the lead after these pit stops. About a minute and a half. Come off of turn number 4, going to come down across the stripe. Start lap number 4. You're going to have 40 laps down. Start lap 41. 12 laps left. 11 laps left to go. Sipple, York, and Ellis. 12 laps left to go, 52 laps here. Lap 40. 12 laps left to go. Eckert's still trying to fight for stay on that lead lap. He's now moving up the middle of the racetrack. Here comes York on the bottom in the 02. He has got, it looks like Eckert and Sipple now behind him. The outside is at 21. Ellis down the bottom. Here comes Kenneth McCullough. Kenneth's got a good push right there behind him from John Ward and York gonna drop down in front of the 03. He saw that run coming on the bottom. Now he's gonna jump back up to the top. Let's see if he's not gonna have space to drop down to the bottom here one more time as they come through the trioval. Kenneth McCullough with a good run on the bottom. He has John Ward and Josh McCullough right there behind him. That bottom line with only 3 cars at top, a little bit stronger, about 6 or 7 cars. Let's see how that plays out. York just a little bit loose right there. He's got Eckert right there behind him. Going to back there one more time. Look at the 7th car back there in the 7th position. That 82 of Kyler Wynn kind of lurking right there. He has Neagles right there behind him. Wynn, Nichols, and Jones. Those three drivers all looking to get themselves better their position. They're going to be at the front for this over. I can guarantee that. Watch the 82 with the 6 and the 16. Excuse me, the 19 today. McCullough now with the lead. He leads across the stripe. I think that might have been the first lap he's led today. The 03 and the 02. We got a lot of O's out here. 03, 02, 05. McCullough, York. Here comes John Ward down there on the bottom. And he's getting help from, McCullough going to move up the racetrack. Oh, and he's going to get a little tap from behind. And we're going to have our first caution. It looks, it looks like we're going to get it straightened out. But it looked like McCullough got a little bit loose. I don't know if he had a little bit of help there or what, but had to chase the car up the racetrack. And that caused a little bit of shaking up there in the back. As a matter of fact, Ellis going to lose the draft. He has got Dylan. He might be able to suck up to the back of Dylan Jones. That really shook up our lead pack right there. Let's see if we can see what happened here. So it looks like I might be a little bit ahead of it. Let's see if we can go back a little bit further. I guess I'm not finding it here. There we go. All right, so we see McCullough might get a little bit of tap from the 02. Got a little bit loose, and everybody kind of checked up behind him. But somehow we stayed green. So it's Kenneth McCullough, Logan York, Ellis. The 12 for that car, Eckert there on the outside. The 05 is up. Eagles working right there in the first spot. Tyler Wynn and Rich Elliott trying to suck back up to the back of these leaders. It looks like Dylan Jones looks like he's going to lose the draft. Nick Sipple trying to catch back up there as well. He might be close enough to get sucked up here. We got 8 laps left to go. Coming across the stripe. So far this has been green all the way through 52-lap race. With 44 laps down, we have been caution free. It's been a fantastic race as we always see here at Talladega, the Super Speedway. No matter what cars they run, whether they're in a truck, Xfinity Cup car, whatever, they always put on one hell of a show. And unfortunately, Nick Sipple's falling back off the draft. He's going to have to fall back to Dylan Jones and maybe catch up to the Swift. He might not have time. Logan York with the lead. Kenneth McCullough right there behind next 02 and 03. John Ward in the 92, that bad, fast number 92 Toyota trying to get his way back to the lead. Eagles and Wynn right there. 7 laps left to go. York still holding on to that lead. I think wherever we're at right now, this is no way this is going to finish. We're going to see some action in the last few laps. McCullough with a big push on 02. He actually has to check up. He gets a little check up. He gets a little stuff behind in the 92. Once again, we see McCullough kind of check up a little bit. He gets into Nichols. Nichols and the 03 keep banging on each other right there, but we're still going somehow. I don't know how. But somehow we're still going. It looks like McCullough got a little bit loose off the nose of the 92. Had to check up, and that's the second time from McCullough that's happened. Somehow he's still out there. I think the worst in that action back here was Nichols and the 03 of Josh McCullough. They've now fallen back a little bit. They got to get organized here if they didn't take any damage. And it's still York with the lead. The 12 car is a lap car of Ethan. He's actually not lapped anymore. He's the last car on the lead lap. In 18th spot is Ethan Eckert, our Chicago driver, just trying to stay on the lead lap. Logan York, Tyler Wynn now. Tyler Wynn looks to the outside of York. He has got some help right there from the 03 of Kenneth McCullough and John Ward. Wynn's going to go to the lead here. 6 laps left to go. 5.5 laps left to go. We're going to come across the striper off of turn number 4. There's going to be 5 laps left to go for Tyler Wynn. He's got Kenneth McCullough right there behind him. And Nichols, Josh McCullough, all came back up to the back of this group. But we look back here and Sipple and Jones trying everything they can to catch up, but just 2 of them, I don't know if they're going to have enough time or enough horsepower to get there, as we have 5 laps to go here at Talladega with MMS McCullough Motorsports MMS Donator Series. See who's going to come home and take the money here tonight. Right now it's Logan York. If it ends the way it is right now, 5 laps left to go. We did a Daytona race a little bit earlier with another group, and we saw a crazy finish. Are we going to see the same thing here? York win. And how long is Eckert going to stand there? He's the last car on the lead lap, a lap down. Is he going to stay in this battle, or is he going to move out of the way? We'll see what happens. The 05 of Josh McCullough now made his way up to second. One more time down through the trioval. McCullough, Savannah, Georgia driver there. Right there in the third spot right now is York and Wynn. Down through 1 and 2. Just a few laps left to go. We're going to come off the back straightaway here. Look at this group of cars. York, McCullough. Eckert right there on the outside trying to pull some drivers along. He's got Wynn right there behind him trying to pull Wynn to the lead. The 03 of Ken McCullough right there as well. If this stays green, we've got about 7 or 8 drivers here with a chance to win it. Not counted out at 92 of John Ward. The 03, 05 a little bit loose down the bottom after he's got up the racetrack. Come across the line, 3 laps left to go. This is far from over with only 3 laps left to go, 49 laps down. This 52-lap feature. York back to the lead. He is pulling along that 05 of Josh McCullough. That's at 82 of Kyler Wynn. Kyler Wynn's up there on the outside. He's got the 03 for help right there behind him. Let's see what that 12 car of Eckert does here with a couple laps left to go. And Barney the flagman holding 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps left to go as you come across the line. It is Logan York, Josh McCullough, Cody Needles, and Kyler Wynn, your top 4. Jake Corbin's made his way up to 5th right now. That number 45 down on the bottom. He's got Kenneth McCullough there on the outside. Josh McCullough gets a little loose, goes down the bottom of the racetrack, gets back up, blends up nicely. We're 3 wide for about 4th, but that lets York get away a little bit. But he's kind of hung out on the bottom of the racetrack. We got a couple lap cars coming up there in front of us. York down to the bottom, Wynn to the lead now. York tries to kind of slide up and get a little side draft. He's going to fall back. Here comes Eagles. Eagles on the bottom with a big push from the 45 of Corbett. There's the lead. Eckert drops down in front of him. Eckert dropped down to the front of him right now. He's going to try to pull along, blocks that bottom line off. That is going to let Wynn get by on the outside. I think we're going to see some heated action here as they come across the line. Wynn now to the lead. I don't think Eagles is really happy with that move from Eckert, especially with Eckert being a lap car at this point. We'll see what happens, but it's now Wynn and York. John Ward now in 3rd. Eagles had a great run organized on the bottom of the 45 of Corbett. But when Eckert dropped down in front of him, that killed that runoff. We're going to take down, come off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the last time. White flag lap here at Talladega. It is Kyler Wynn, Logan York. Watch that 03 of McCullough on the outside. He has help from Richard Elliott. They're getting a good run on the top. Josh McCullough there as well. We're going to come off of turn number 4. Looks like Eckert kind of moved out of the way here, so that's going to let him fight it. They're going to come off of turn number 4. It's going to be Kyler Wynn, Logan York, Kenneth McCullough. Right there, let's see what happens. Wynn's still down on the bottom. York going to move to the outside, dive down to the bottom of the racetrack. Going to come across the line. It is going to be Kenneth McCullough, Kyler Wynn. Kyler Wynn with the win. Logan York's going to come across in 2nd. Kenneth McCullough there in 3rd. A fantastic finish. Wynn did everything he could to block off. York tried to go down to the bottom of the racetrack. Underneath the Wynn moved down just enough to block off that pass. And Kyler Wynn's going to take the win here at Talladega. Go back and look at that finish here one more time from a little bit different angle. And you see Wynn, look at York. York takes a look to the bottom. Wynn doesn't do an aggressive job to block it off, but he kind of gives him some space. But at the same time, I think what really helped Wynn was it looked like Ward kind of got in the back of York right there, got him a little bit loose, and then York got a tap from behind as well. He chased the car down the racetrack. He's going to come blend back up on that yellow line. He's actually going to lose that 3rd spot from McCullough. They're going to come across a stripe right here, and it is going to be Kyler Wynn, Logan York, McCullough. A fantastic finish. We went green checkered at Talladega. You do not see that very often. Fantastic race here tonight from the MMS group. All right, I don't see anybody in the waiting room, so we're just going to kind of play along here with this. Go back and take a look here at another angle. We'll take a look from John Ward's angle of the finish. Ward was in a good spot right here. He's right here behind Eckert. Eckert makes a move to the bottom. He kind of comes back up, and that kind of gets John Ward's bumper a little bit off-centered on York, and that's why it actually got him a little bit loose. You can see York saving the car right there in front of him. Ward checking up just a little bit, but you're coming to the checkered flag here at Talladega. You don't want to check up at all, and Ward finds himself down on the bottom on the apron of the racetrack, gets back up, and he tries to get back up in front of Corbett in the 45. But Kenneth McCullough is able to power along, and it's about a half a car length for the victory there for Kyler Wynn. So another fantastic event here. We saw a good race earlier at Talladega. Just a great race here from the MMS group as well. Anytime we get a chance to jump in here with this group and cover one of these races, we're going to take it. All right. So we're going to give it just a second, see if anybody jumps in. If nobody does, we'll just move on. But a fantastic win from Kyler Wynn right there, our Thunder Bay, Ontario driver. The only Canuck in the field here, I think. Carrying the red and white colors of the Canadian flag on the car. So take a look at our results. Everybody always likes to tear the cars up after the races, kind of. You see the 12 of Eckert flipping upside down there. So Kyler Wynn, once again, with the win, with the victory here. Maybe I should just say win with the victory. That sounds better. The Logan York going to come home in second. Kenneth McCullough, John Ward, Richard Elliott, Cody Neagle, Sean Corbett, Joshua McCullough, Nick Sipple, Dylan Jones, John Ellis, James Waring, Jackson Byes, Mark Vondell, Corey Cheney, Carson Freeman, Joey Elliott, William Scott Jr. going to come home in 18th. See the rest of the field here. Randy Sample in the 19th spot. Ethan Eckert going to come home in 20th after starting on pit lane. Michael Barstow was our only retiree of the race in the 21st spot. Actually, he might have finished the race a couple laps down. He actually did. So we had 21 car start, all 21 finish. Another thing you usually don't see here on the super speedways. So another fantastic race. Looks like we got Logan York in the waiting room. We'll bring Logan up here with us here in just a second. Hey, Logan. I said Logan. Logan. Chris Murphy here in the booth. Are you there with me, buddy? All right, hold on just a second. I gotta get your audio going here. I don't have your audio going here. Let me get you. All right, let's try that again here. All right, you there, Logan?
Yeah, what's up?
All right, man. Hey, fantastic race out there. You had a shot to win it right there at the line, but it looked like you got a little bit loose as you came through the trioval section. What did you see from your angle?
Yeah, just this car was kind of when you're in the lead in this car, it's super easy to block. I mean, Kyler's one of the best at it anyway, but even on top of that, this car, like if you're on 210 and you're in the lead, blocking is like eating candy. It's super easy. But I mean, yeah, it was nice just being able to put myself up there though, have a chance if something happened or if just circumstances allowed me to get to the side. But saw a bunch of almost wrecks. Thankfully, we made it green to the end. Sorry, I'm sick.
No worries.
And yeah.
Yeah, we usually don't see that many. We usually do not see Talladega race go green checkered like that. But like you said, I think they tried to crash multiple times, but everybody was able to save it right there. But just a fantastic job. You started back in 11th, made your way up to second. Anybody out there? Did you find a good friend out there to work with? It looked like you and John were working together a little bit here and there.
Yeah. I got my team MMS. The McCulloughs were in that race with me. And yeah, it's just there's a lot of teams out there, so it's thankfully I found myself on a pretty good team, MMS, and we worked together and got us some money.
That's a good deal. Is that an Excel spreadsheet logo on the hood of your car?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So are you a spreadsheet fan? Is that what that is?
Yeah, I love Excel, man.
I'm with you. Unfortunately, when I have to work for real life and not get to do this, got to do fun doing this stuff. I all I do is stare at spreadsheets all day long. So I'm with you 100%, my friend.
Yeah, I'm very I feel really good that I got to make you think of work while you're broadcasting a race, so I
Yeah.
appreciate that, man.
No worries, man. Hey, great run out there tonight. Before we let you go, you have anybody you want to give a thanks to?
Yeah, again, just thanks to my team at MMS. Thanks to Kenny and Josh. I don't know who really puts it on. I'm sure it's Kenny, but putting the race on. I want to thank everyone for coming out and racing. I want to thank you guys for broadcasting, and I want to thank all the viewers for getting some eyes on money racing. It's always nice to keep it alive. That's it.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Well, good luck to you the rest of the week. I hope you feel better, and I'm sure we'll see you again.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we're gonna bring our winner in, Kyler Wynn, with a victory here tonight at Talladega. Hey, Kyler, Chris Murphy here in the booth. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good, man. Hey, fantastic run out there tonight. Had a couple. It looked like a couple close calls for you a few times. I saw you chasing the car down the bottom of the racetrack. Did you get a little too much of a shove from behind?
Yeah, it was just this car. It pushes really weird sometimes, but overall, it was a really fun race. And thank you for broadcasting. Thank you, Kenny, for putting it up.
Yeah, you bet, man. Anytime I get a chance to work with you guys on these super speedway races, I'm gonna be here because it's just so much fun to watch. You guys, I get out there and try to run a little bit myself, and I don't even want to get out there with you guys. You guys just make it look easy, and you guys are pros at it. So just a fantastic run out there tonight. But did you find anybody to partner up with throughout the night, or were you just kind of just finding a line wherever you could?
Well, I was, working with my regular teammates. I got Ethan, who missed the start and was a lap down the whole time, and then I had Nick, who I was running with there, who's really, really good. He worked well with me, and was able to make some moves to the front with him. He got hurt there at the end, but I mean, you got to make friends where you can find them. But I did have a base three the whole time.
Yeah, I saw at one point there, Ethan hanging around there almost a lap down, trying to get his lap back that whole time, kind of pulling the pack there. It looked like Neagles had a really good run on the bottom with some help from Corbett at one point, and Ethan was able to drop down and kind of block off that run. But it looked like Neagles might have had something for you there if Ethan had to drop down there.
Yeah, and that's just how the super speedway racing goes. Some people say that it's a team play or whatever, but I think it's just I don't know. I think it's just smart, and we help each other out, and we got the win. So thank you, Ethan, for blocking them.
Wherever you can get some help, right? I mean, whatever you can do to get yourself up to the front is what you got to do. I mean, you don't always have to be the fastest, although you look like you were the fastest out tonight. Sometimes you just have to be the luckiest and get some help. So, hey, man, but before we let you go, I know you got some big races coming up for the rest of the week. Gonna wish you a lot of luck in those. But you have anybody else you want to give a thanks to before we let you out of here?
Again, just thank you, you for broadcasting this. Thank you very much. Thank you to Kenny, obviously, for putting this on. I would like to thank Factory Setups that make the paint scheme and the setups. Thank them. Thank Canada. Shout out Canada.
All right, buddy. Well, like I said, good luck the rest of the week, and hopefully we'll see you again down the road.
I appreciate it.
All right, we're gonna bring up our third place winner, last interview of the night here. Ken, is it? I never did ask you. You prefer to go by Ken, Kenneth, Kenny? What is it?
It depends on who you ask. If you ask some of these racers, they might have a name you probably don't want to pronounce, but I really go by Ken or Kenny. It don't really matter.
All right. Well, hey, man, you got home in third. We've watched a bunch of races here over the last week or two with you guys, and it seems like you've not had some good luck in quite a few of them here lately. But tonight you found your way to the front. You had a chance to win, but you also had some pretty scary moments there. Last couple of laps, looked like you got a little bit too much of a shove from behind and had to chase the car around the racetrack. I'm not quite sure how you saved that.
Yeah, I had a little bit of right rear damage. I had my teammate behind me, actually two teammates behind me there on the last lap, and Richard was doing really good job of pushing me with the damage I had on the right rear from previous incident there, a couple laps before that. But yeah, bringing it home third, man, I'll take it. Anytime you can finish and not finish upside downwards is a plus.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, we watched that. We had a race that covered at Daytona that some cars finished upside down. So yeah, definitely. Anytime you can finish on with the rubber on the ground's a damn good thing for sure. But hey, man, we got some more races coming up this week. Are you participating in any of the other big events going on for the rest of the week? I know we got a bunch of stuff happening.
Yeah, I got to get signed up for Nazareth, but I'll be in there, and most of my teammates will. But yeah, we don't miss too many over here for sure.
Well, you guys put on some great super speedway events. I just really want to thank you for having us here tonight. It's always fun when we can get on here and cover some of your guys' races because some of the best plate racers in the game are right here. And just again, thanks a lot. But again, before I let you go, you got anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to thank the drivers for showing up. If they don't show up night after night, we not able to do this. A lot of us guys, just love it. But yeah, thank them and thank you for doing the broadcast and thank everybody that's tuned in and watching us do what we do.
All right, man, I appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the week. Good luck tomorrow night, and we'll see. I'll probably be sitting back watching, so we'll see you again, buddy.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you.
All right, well, that's just about gonna do it for us here at DRSN. We've had a busy night with super speedway racing. Kyler Wynn coming home with a victory here at Talladega. See if we can see that finish one more time as they came across the stripe. You can see Wynn coming across the lead. He has got York right there behind him as they come across the line. Kyler Wynn going to take home the top money here in the MMS. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Really appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. If you got some leagues you need covered, reach out to us. You can find us on Discord. You can find us on Facebook. Facebook is Digital Racing Sports Network. Throw a comment in the YouTube chat here or something like that. We'll find you. But once again, really appreciate y'all being here. My name is Chris Murphy with Digital Racing Sports Network. We will see you again next time.